few different people reached out to me recently to talk about the different ways we've been working with Christopher and teaching him how to read. We use The Good and the Beautiful most of the time. However, it's fast-paced and it is more like a level first grade. So sometimes if it's going too fast, we take a break and we switch to 100 Easy Lessons. So I'm just going to go through and kind of show how it's set up and then compare it to BabBooks because they kind of introduce the same phonics at the same time so that you can have your kid reading a short little book quickly and help them build confidence. So this is all how to teach it. So I'm just going to skip to lesson 1 here. Okay, so lesson 1, it talks about the sound for M, the sound for S. So there's lesson 2. So if you see, the lessons are really short. They take about 5 minutes. We've never did the writing section, only because I don't push handwriting that much. Especially because he just turned 5 and I don't think it's completely appropriate for a 5-year-old to sit there and write. But they do have their A a little weird, which was confusing in the beginning, but The Good and the Beautiful is really great about introducing different fonts really early on. So he was able to pick up on that pretty fast. But if you look here, by lesson 3 they have M-A-S, and most kids are pretty confident with the sound for T. So it introduces how to go sa, sa, and your kid just follows the little arrow to blend it. And then here, this is still lesson 4, math. Okay, so that's basically how this is set up. They do introduce the long E early on. The Good and the Beautiful, they don't really do long vowels until middle of primer, and they just kind of talk about them. We're not really reading those words. So, let's see. You work, and now by lesson 7, you have the sound T. So I'm going to switch to BabBooks here, which is set 1 here. And the first book is Matt.
Matt?
Yes. Okay, so Matt basically works with M, A, T, and S, which, as far as 100 Easy Lessons, your child knows all those sounds and should be able to blend them pretty well. So it's just a super short book. Matt, Matt sat, Sam, Sam sat, Matt sat, Sam sat, they sat on each other, the end. So Christopher could memorize these fairly quickly, so we had to kind of swap them and stop them for a while because it turned out that he had the book memorized, or that this was Matt and this was Sam. So he kind of outsmarted me with that for a while. So we quickly switched to the book Sam. And Sam is basically the same concept, but it does introduce, let me go back to that page, C and D. So, but it's really the same thing. Sam cat, and, which is a sight word, on, which is a sight word. They ended up getting sad because, oh, this is Christopher's favorite picture because look at little Sam's face. He did not enjoy that. But they were sad, and then Christopher's last favorite page is that everyone was okay. And he liked that page. So, he obviously memorized these super, super quickly. But I'm going to switch through here, The Good and Beautiful, or, I'm sorry, the 100 Easy Lessons, because they introduce words fairly soon. Let's see. We'll go back a couple pages. Okay, so by lesson, I would say 11. Here's 11. They are blending words very quickly. And then they start having little reading comprehension things. You read the sentence, see me eat, there's a picture, and then they have reading comprehension questions. So they also do sound writing, but like I said, we don't do that at all. So as you progress, they have longer and longer passages. Let me see. We stopped here, so let me see where we're at here.
Okay.
This is where we stopped, and this is lesson 31. So, and then there's the picture, and again, reading comprehensions. So that is how 100 Easy Lessons is set up. It goes great with BaBaBooks. They introduce basically the same phonics, especially in the beginning. So I'll do another video with The Good and the Beautiful and how they're different with how they introduce things and how their beginning books line up. So